Many of us will not attain happiness in this lifetime. Most of us will only know the momentary jolt from reality that promises an eternity but can only provide a moment. It is this sugar-coated happiness that most of us will build our lives on, never truly understanding that all is vanity. As I look within and I look without, I see a generation incapable of conceptualizing time and preparing for the near future. How can we? When happiness to us is all but found in the very next breath, the next hour, the next day, and the next week. A hedonistic trance we have found ourselves in, where the future has little value, because in its distance, one cannot see its shine, just as one cannot see the glow of jewels sea deep. But I'm coming to find that although happiness is a state of mind, it is not one directed to what is materialized around you or within you, but directed towards the stars in the night sky, the distant and the obscure. For in the night sky lies a canvas on which any man, woman, or child has the power to carve out who they want to be, and has an even greater ability to work towards that goal. Perhaps we have forgotten that it is the movement towards a goal, the step-by-step fulfillment of dreams, that the philosophers and theologians would call happiness. It's this happiness that filled the lungs of Paul and Silas in the prison cells. The approach of a dream articulated and a goal made clear. So perhaps you, my dear reader, might decide to lay pen to paper and inscribe in its confidence who you want to be and what your future will look like. And perhaps you won't. Perhaps you'll remain in a still state of obscurity, blindly toiling and positively confessing for the best and hoping for a magical outcome. And perhaps there is safety in this. But it might help to remember that although the earlier years are forgiving, the latter not so much. So be smart about your every action. Be specific, because the ambiguity is the thief of action, and her fluffy embrace turns to coals if you wait long enough. Measure those goals, and do not fear if the numbers criticize and rebuke you, for you will need this to grow. Make it achievable, as missions built on folklore tend to end before they've begun. It must be relevant to you because it belongs to you. And when all is said and done, seal it in time, because you need to know the stakes. The wisest man on earth struggled with the question of happiness, so my own comprehension may not satisfy. But arrows are always better thrown in the light than they are blindfolded. So pick up a blank paper and a pen and decide what it is you are shooting for. I think the idea of setting goals is scary to a lot of people our age, or my age, so I've just turned 18. And I would say I've been a very driven person, but with that drive comes the fear of failure. And so never have I once, taken seriously actually plotting out what it is I want to have achieved in the next 5 years. And even though you hear those questions, oh, where do you want to be in 5 years' time? The idea of putting that, wording that, articulating that is scary. But I also think it's necessary, especially if you want to succeed. I think the plan was to, just wing it and hope that the future looks bright and hope that I've attained all that I want to attain, even though I don't know what that looks like. So a big part of setting goals is to know what your success looks like, so that when you do attain it, there you go, it's happiness. So I don't think you can truly have happiness if you don't know what that looks like. So you can go with the flow, sort of just vibe it out, hope that happiness finds you. Or you can set up a goal, set up what it is you want to achieve, be generous, okay, don't be timid about that. Set up a big goal and work every day to achieve that goal. I think that's where discipline and drive and motivation really comes from. So I hope this has been a helpful poem. And hopefully there is more to come. So one of my goals is to create content more regularly and not just at 1 month intervals. So